This is Michelle Ansarano, third year ACSSC from College of Computer Science. Today we're going to do a vlog, but not just an ordinary vlog. We'll be doing a cable termination. Yes, you heard it right, cable termination. Join me as I make two sets, which is one, a crossover cable, and another one called the straight tube cable, using UTP cable and an RJ45 connector. Let's go! So in order to conduct a cable termination, here are the things you'll need. First one is the UTP cable. For me, I have the Cat5E, unshielded twisted pair. Next one is the RJ45. You need to have at least 10 of this, or more than if you failed. Fortunately, my twin sister bought 100 of these. So yeah, if ever we made a mistake, we can always use another one. Next one is the crimping tool. My crimping tool has 3 uses. First one is the crimper. Next one is the jacket stripper, wire or cable wire jacket stripper, and the cable cutter. Next is the cable tester. Here's the cable tester. So for this, you will need to have a 9 volts battery inside. Here you can see it's working. And then the cable wire jacket stripper here. I would not be using the jacket stripper here since my cable has a bigger jacket. So I guess I will be needing this one. Next is the scissors, if necessary. The first one we're going to do is a crossover cable, which is a connection of the same devices, like router to router, switch to switch. You will need a crossover cable. The first one we're going to do is stripping the jacket. The equipment we will be using is the jacket stripper. An inch of it, or half an inch. Like here. And hold this and just twist. Twist. You need to be very gentle not to nick the wires inside. When you're done, twist it and pull it. Pull. Pull. Yes. So looking like the wires aren't nicked. So yeah, we can proceed. So you will see the wires are not twisted inside the Cat5E cable. Note that if the cable has a slitting or ripcord inside, you will be thinking, Anne, why does the cable has a slitting cord inside? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Some of the cables have slitting cords because after cutting the jacket, some wires might be nicked. Pagka nag-strip kayo ng jacket, may mga wires na masasama din sa pag-cut. So, masisira sila. Hindi mo sila pwedeng gamitin, syempre. Gagamitin mo pa ba yun? Syempre hindi, di ba? So, yun yung purpose ng slitting cord. Ang gagawin mo is kapag may slitting cord sa loob ng cable mo, ipupull mo siya, then yung jacket, etong jacket is magkakaroon siya ng slit. Yan. Kunwari, nagtanggal ka ng slitting cord. Tapos hanggang dito. Tapos you would then bend the jacket, yung nasira mong jacket, and then yun yung purpose ng scissors na hinanda mo. And then you would cut the jacket to open up or expose the fresh wires na walang nick, yung walang gasgas. Yun. So, and then you would also cut the slitting cord. So after stripping the jacket, the next process would be untwisting the wire. Makikita nyo dito na hindi siya twisted, even though this is a UTP cable. Advance na tayo sa next process. The next process is the arranging of the wires. So it is very important to know the arrange of the wires, since each standard has different sets of wire arrangement. Since crossover muna ang gagawin natin, we need to place the wires in this order: white orange, orange, white green, blue, white blue, green, and white brown, brown. On the very left side, dapat ang makikita mo doon is the white orange. Here, ito yung mga wires natin. Makikita nyo na parang wala namang white orange dito. So, meron tayo ditong white. That would be our white orange. So, ngayon, gagawin natin is i-arrange na natin ang mga wires natin. Also, if the wires inside are twisted and you untwist the wires, you need to straighten them up in order to arrange them nicely. So, white orange, orange, white green, and then blue, white blue, and then green, and then white brown, and brown. So, here is the arrangement. On the very left side, it is the white orange, orange, white green, blue, white blue, green, white brown, and brown. So remember, the number 1 should be the white orange, and the very at the very right side is the brown. And so we're done arranging the wires. Next step is cutting the wires. So in order to do that, we need our crimping tool that has the wire cutter. Here, you need to have at least half-inch long to fit inside the RJ45. Yan. So we have nicely cutted wires here. The next process would be inserting the cable to the RJ45 connector. So here is our RJ45 connector. Kailangan yung tandaan yun. Connector above, locking clip below. Since you will insert it like this, ang copper connectors andito, and then yung locking clip andito sa baba. Yan. Sa moment of truth.
Kailan kaya matatapos tong quarantine na to?
Isang panahon. Kailangan sagad na sagad siya. May kita nyo dapat dito sa RJ45 connector na nandoon sa pinakadulo sa taas ng copper connectors yung mga wires na in-insert mo. Oh, hindi mo makikita kasi blurry. So, tama na siya. Yan. So, remember, copper connector above, locking clip below. Otherwise, it won't work. The cable won't work. If the arrangement is wrong and your RJ45 is also wrong. Next step is crimping the wire and the RJ45. Note that you need to check visually if the wires are at the very end before punching down using crimping tool. So, na-check na natin siya and yes. Oh, ngalay na yung kamay. After inserting the cable to an RJ45 connector, we will be crimping the wire and the RJ45. So, here is the crimping tool. You need to check if the wires are inside before punching it down. Kailangan tutunog siya. 1, 2, 3, go. Narinig niyo yun? Yan. Tick. Next step is the other end. We will do the same process at the other end, but the only thing that would be different is the arrangement of the wires. Since this is a crossover cable, we would be using a different wire arrangement at the other end. Stripping the jacket.
Kailan kaya matatapos tong quarantine na to?
Now we're going to arrange the wires. Since the other end would have a different set of wire arrangement, the arrangement would be white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, and brown. You would notice at the very left side, it would be white, green. And then at the end, it would always be brown. You will also notice that the blue would be at the middle part of the wire arrangement. There. You have now arranged the wire. Then cutting the wires.
Pangit naman, no? Gusto ko na makita mga
Then comes inserting the cable to the RJ45. Copper connector above, locking clip below. Remember that. Nasa dulo na, sagad na ang mga wires. And then the next thing is crimping the wire and the RJ45. There. So we have both ends ready. Last process of the cable termination is to test the cable. It doesn't matter which end goes first as long as they are both inserted nicely. You can put it here first or here or vice versa. So it doesn't matter really. There and there. Okay. So, what is the result? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! It is working perfectly. So, for the crossed over, you need to have this result. It should have an ongoing. Hindi siya napuputol. At the other side, iba-iba yung ilaw niya. So, yay! So now we're done with our crossed over cable. The next thing we will do is a straight through cable. What is the difference between crossed over and a straight through cable? Well, the difference is crossed over, as I've said, is crossed over connects two same devices. While the straight through cable, it will connect two different devices. So here is our cable, UTP cable, Cat 5E. We will repeat the process same as the crossed over cable, but you'll notice something different. We won't be untwisting the wire since the wires are already straight enough and they are separate. The next thing we will do is arranging the wires. For the straight through, we will be doing again the standard of white, orange to brown. Remember, white, orange, orange, white, green, blue, white, blue, green, and white, brown, brown. we already arranged our wire to our desired standard. Next is to cut it.
Pangit naman, no?
Yay! So after cutting it, let's insert it to an RJ45 connector. Let's make it sure if the arrangement is still correct. If you have already memorized the process, it would be very easy for you to go from the first process up to the testing the cable. Mas madali na siya, mas mabilis pagka nakabisado mo na lahat. Next thing you know is to crimp it. After doing the first end, the next thing you will do is the other end of the straight through cable. Pareha silang magkakaroon ng white-orange at the very left side.
Pangit naman, no? Pangit naman, no? Gusto ko na makita mga kaibigan ko. Kailan kaya matatapos tong quarantine na to?
Yay! Here's the cable tester. Testing the straight through cable is the same with the crossed over cable. It doesn't matter which end comes first as long as they are both inserted correctly. And the result is dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing the straight through cable, it worked perfectly, and the other one, the crossed over, worked perfectly also. As you can notice, the G here doesn't blink because it is the ground. Yee! It worked! I didn't wasted any RJ45 connectors. Wow. And my only trash here is the wires.
Gusto ko na makita mga kaibigan ko.
So yeah. So that's the end.
Kaya matatapos tong quarantine.
We have tested both the cables and they are both working properly. So here's the result. Here is my crossed over cable, and here is my straight through cable. That is all for my vlog about cable termination. One is the crossed over cable and one is the straight through cable.